सफीर पाकिस्तान आपके जज्बों का तर्जुमान हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान। California Chamber of Commerce 94th meeting held at Sacramento this year got a great success. This huge response seen. Almost 52 countries' ambassadors, consul general were present in this meeting and promoting the economic opportunity with California. Besides, like every year, International Chamber of Commerce hugely participated as well to represent their country. This year focus on how to promote California economic opportunity to the global market, trade and export, tourism, agriculture of California. On this particular subject, the Lieutenant Governor she spoken in detail as Cal Governor Kevin Newsom handed over her many important responsibilities on her shoulder. She was optimistic and eager, dedicated to perform well to meet the goal. As she mentioned in her speech while she addressing the Council Corp and the Cal Chamber members, the chair of Visit California has spoken very well about how to promote tourism in California. She mentioned that this year the tourism brought more billions dollars as compared to agriculture crop in California. Governor Gavin Newsom addressed to the Council Corp and the member of Cal Chamber of Commerce and offered doing business with his state of California. Governor Gavin Newsom addressed as well to the Council Corp and offered doing business with his state of California. After his speech, he mixed and mingled with people in the room. In the breakfast meeting, about 1,300 people attended, including the diplomats, ambassadors, armed forces, think tanks, business leaders, Department of Commerce, International Chamber of Commerce. Over 53 countries' ambassadors and consul general participated on this occasion as well. The most important address by the Assistant Secretary of Commerce is spoken about Access Asia Business Project. She mentioned that she already done a great job about Access Asia in India, Bangladesh, Philippines. On this occasion, the Pakistan American Chamber of Commerce raised question how soon the Department of Commerce holding the mix and match business and trade between Pakistan and America. She highly appreciated the questions. Pakistan American Chamber of Commerce eager about Pakistan. She mentioned, we are working as you asked, so I can see the interest right here. Pakistan American Chamber of Commerce in this meeting met several diplomats, business leaders. Governor appreciated the participation of Pakistan American Chamber of Commerce and efforts and interest promoting the trade between California and Pakistan. Pakistan American Chamber of Commerce invited her in PACC annual dinner. She is willing to participate upcoming Pakistan American Chamber of Commerce dinner to address Pakistani entrepreneurs and business people. The credit goes to Cal Chamber of Commerce team and leadership about this great success. Waqar Ali Khan, OPTV Global Network, Sacramento.
Lieutenant Governor previously served as President Obama's ambassador to Hungary, and in 2014, the ambassador was appointed by then Governor Brown as the chair of the California Advisory Council for International Trade and Investment. Now, our Lieutenant Governor has been designated by Governor Newsom as the representative for international affairs and trade development, and that's just I think, a wonderful partnership that we will all benefit from. So please join me in welcoming the Lieutenant Governor of California, Lenny Kula.
But I think it's important to talk about the good news and recognize that when it comes to economic development, California is growing faster and outperforming the rest of the country in almost every sector. For example, we are #1 in manufacturing. California controls 11.4% of the nation's manufacturing output. By contrast, Texas produces 10%. We are also number one in agriculture. California produces almost all of the country's almonds, apricots, dates, figs, kiwi fruit, nectarines, olives, pistachios, prunes, and walnuts. And we lead in the production of avocados, grapes, lemons, melons, peaches, plums, and strawberries. California is also number one in spending on R&D and advanced technologies. Number one in foreign direct investment coming into our state, and number one in access to capital. We are home to the country's largest public university system, the Cal State system, and the world's best public university system, the University of California. By the way, that's my personal assessment as a UC Berkeley. And of course, we are the home of Silicon Valley, the cradle of the digital era. As everyone here, I'm sure, is aware, if we were a country, California would now be 5th on the list of the world's largest economies. We are a global community that not only inspires people from around the world to study and work here, but even just to come for travel and tourism. Last year alone, California had 17.6 million visitors from foreign countries, mostly thanks to Carolyn Botetto. The Visit California motto says it best: all dreams welcome. All dreams welcome. This is the image we project to the world, and the very mindset that drives California's risk takers, innovators, and entrepreneurs as they work on the next big things that will change how we experience our world. California's new governor, Gavin Newsom, has already made it a priority to engage in the world around us and amplify the voice of California on the world stage. I am very proud that as part of the governor's effort to better focus California's international engagement, he issued an executive order designating me his representative on international affairs. Here in California, we know that immigration is our strength and that our success is directly related to our diversity. The talent we attract from around the world is incredible, whether doctors or people like my dad, who started out as a farm worker here in the Central Valley so many years ago. It might surprise you to know that 27% of Californians are foreign-born. 27%. Our diversity makes us better.
But the Commerce Department actually has 45,000 employees. And we are spread across the United States, we're spread across the world, mostly concentrated in Washington, D.C. But we are NOAA. So we do all of the weather forecasting. We are the Patent and Trademark Office. We are the Census Bureau. And I work for the International Trade Administration. So, and I'm leaving out a whole bunch of other folks that do things, but we're an extraordinarily broad and diverse institution. And the International Trade Administration is actually a small part when you just look by the numbers in terms of employees, but actually takes an outsized role these days in particular because there is such a focus on trade relationships, on economic growth. And so we've been extraordinarily busy, as we have in the Obama administration and now with the current Trump administration. But I just wanted you to get a feel for sort of the Department of Commerce generally and all that we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the governor of the great state of California, Governor Gavin Newsom.
The real action is here on the West Coast of the United States. I say about New York, they, respectfully, the East Coast, that's where you go to join things. Join a club, join, I don't know, whatever it may be. You come to California to start something. And And that's why this is a special place. You know, the sun doesn't just, you know, rise on the west, it's setting on the east. I mean, this is a special place. And so you're fortunate, that's all I'm saying, to be out here. Even if it's the 20th time you had to move your family in 21 years, as I imagine the case for many of you. But you're also blessed to be here because we get it. We get you, perhaps more than any other state. This is a state where 27% of us are foreign born. Fast forward today, I mean, it's just, you know, we go through these cycles, but we also have people that exploit those cycles. That's not the politics that at least dominates this capital. It's not the majority of the politics today. It's still a minority of the politics today. I'm not naive. But, you know, we got to be vigilant, and that's where you all come in. I think it's incredibly important, the work you do, because it's about all of us. There's no leak on your side of our boat. It's, you know, not just when our friends do well, we do well. If our enemies don't do well, we're impacted. This interdependence now, the globalization, this IT and globalization have detonated. I mean, the world radically reorganized itself in a framework where we need each other. And we need to sort of move past the exploitation, talking past each other, talking down to each other, scapegoating our lot in life because someone else's success. And unfortunately, you know, there's just too much of that. And so I say that as a proud member of this state, 40 million of us strong, a state that's a majority minority state, the state that's brought in 112,000 refugees from around the rest of the world in the last 15 years, a state who speaks more languages than there are even countries, but we are always in need of getting it a little bit better and making it a little bit better. And so it's in that spirit of constancy, of faith and devotion to the broader cause of renewal, integration, and the larger commonwealth that is the human condition that I welcome you and thank you for your faith and devotion to the cause, not only of your country, but to the collective cause that unites us here together. Thank you all very, very much for being with us.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red land of those bursting ahead.
I think there are three areas that broadly will define our politics here in Sacramento. I think are defining our politics today, and substantively will define our politics from a national frame. Number one is the issue of debt and demographics. Number two, the issue of energy and climate change. And number three, the issue of IT and globalization. Let me briefly unpack that. The issue of debt and demographics is profoundly significant. We just had a tax cut that was going to, quote unquote, pay for itself. We're projecting in this country to run deficits on an annual basis over the next decade of $1.2 trillion a year. California, while we're poised with the budget I just submitted to paying down 100% every dollar of the $34.7 billion of debt the Brown administration had inherited, still faces profound challenge with unfunded liabilities. Not just pension, but unfunded healthcare liabilities. That's real. The issues of demographic, that's not our friend. We're an aging and graying population, not just nationally, but substantively and disproportionately here in the state of California. That matters in every way, shape, or form. People are living longer, people want to live in dignity, people want to live in place. Some refer to this as the golden wave, more pejoratively, the silver tsunami. Literally 16,600 wildfires in the last 2 years. It took 139 lives, 2.8 million acres were destroyed, including insolvency of one of the largest investor-owned utilities in the United States of America, PG&E, in bankruptcy. The hots are getting hotter, the dries are getting drier, the wets are getting wetter. Something big is happening in the plumbing of the world. Mother Nature, you know well, she bats last, and she bats 1,000. Chemistry, biology, and physics. If you don't believe in climate change, open your eyes. Spend a little bit more time thinking about what's happening in your state. Folks, we're going to look back at this moment. Not about how much wealth, how big your bonus was this year, how great that portfolio looks, how large that home is. We're going to look back at this moment and say, what do you do in this society to really bend down on one knee to lift someone else up? That's the cause that drives my why. That's the cause that drives this moment. And I know it drives your passions, or you wouldn't be here as participants in this chamber and this breakfast if it weren't. A remarkable part of this state that is prepared. Get in a bus. Go overseas. Get to Fresno. Get to Bakersfield. Get to Merced. Spend some time in Lost Hills. Remarkable things are happening in Lost Hills. Spend some time in Monterey Park. Tell those folks why they don't deserve clean water. They can't even bathe their kids in Monterey Park in water, let alone drink it, because the kids get rashes and they're paying 1.5 times more than folks in Beverly Hills for that same water. You may not like our solution to that, but when you come out there, I hope you can identify an alternative. We are capable of so much more. All this abundance, all the resourcefulness that resides in each and every one of you. If we can put that to bear, we can focus intentionality on these goals, I am confident in closing, that there's nothing's going to stop California. The next decade, we will dominate the national discourse, and the best is yet to come. Thank you all very much.
across the nation. सफीर पाकिस्तान आपके जज्बों का तर्जुमान, हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान।